You know what really bothers me? Actually, a bunch of things, but you want to know, not truly bothers, but you want to know what irks me, what irritates me. Sometimes when I try to pass along relevant information, something that will inevitably help you guys at some point throughout your sniffing journey, and then that very night, the polar opposite proceeds to happen. It's like they don't want you to learn some lessons sometimes. I call it getting Chuckied, where I'm telling you there's this doll, it kills people in the middle of the night, it comes to life, and then when you walk into the room, it's just a doll. Hi, I'm Chucky, and Andy's crazy. Once in a while, when I put some things out there, it's nice to see that you can see the results of those things right away. Now, you don't want to get overly excited, but I think last night was the perfect opportunity to showcase how top lines at home are put in very good situations where they have a better chance at flourishing than top lines who are on the road, like the Boston Bruins line. Nothing for Pasternak out there, but that top line of the Ottawa Senators feasted. And then you can look at that top line of the Pittsburgh Penguins at home. Full raking. And the rookie even came through with the point. So it was one of those days that I felt good about. Not because, oh my God, this one, and you can count that parlay, but more so, you got to see. You sniffed, you believed, and then eventually you saw. What else irritates me? I don't know that there's 57 games on the slate, and I don't even know where to start, where to finish. Do you want donkey lines? Do you want totals? Do you just want the best point prop combos? There's going to be 7 million of them. So really what I did was I said, what are the absolute best props that I see available from top to bottom, and the affiliated line combo with it? I mean, I don't know. What the hell else can I really do here? You know what? We saw the Boston Bruins on the road yesterday. An embarrassing loss, a 7-2 loss. They got waxed. But after that embarrassing performance, Boston's going right back on the ice. They're going to be at home where they can get that top line away from tough defensive matchups. Oh, you know, the same tough defensive matchups that the New York Islanders don't even have to pose to anybody, because the Islanders, as you just saw in Philadelphia, took a couple leads in that game, lost 4-3 in overtime, gave up 3 or 4 goals to the San Jose Sharks. They've been giving up goals to pretty much everybody. I think the Boston Bruins are going to rebound relatively well at home, and many of those same faces that you see out there, the ones who couldn't find themselves on the score sheet last night, will find themselves on the score sheet tonight. So when I'm looking, obviously you have that whole top line. There's obviously combos you can utilize with them. But when that power play defenseman starts eking out there into the plus 120 range, I have to bring it to your attention, which is why I am going to go with the Charlie McAvoy. Long Island's own, actually. Charlie McAvoy against the New York Islanders. His points coming in at plus 120. And if you want a correlated parlay, look, you hit the Tim Stützle over 1.5 points with the Jake Sanderson assist. So I'm going to give you 2 options. You can go with the Pasternak over 1.5 points with the McAvoy assist. But I'm going to do something a little bit easier here. I'm going to go with the power play one correlated Zacha assist with the Charlie McAvoy point. But we're not just going to walk out of this game. By the way, I do think if you're a donkey line or I'm not getting in, I mean, in the NHL, any plus money donkey line can hit, because in the NHL, anybody can beat anyone any given night by any amount of goals. But after that embarrassing loss, I think the Boston Bruins are set up well to win here at home. Anybody can beat the Islanders. Trust me. Anybody in the NHL can beat the Islanders. I think they're 4-3-1. They had a couple of wins in a row, lost to Philadelphia. On the road, I wouldn't favor the Islanders against just about anybody. So outside of this, I mean, I'm never going to bet on a donkey line. But if I was me 10 years ago, then yeah, I would. No, actually, I'm so stupid that I would think, oh, Boston got crunched last night. They're awful. They're going to go home. They're going to lose again. No, I would actually go with the Boston Bruins after that awful performance to beat the New York Islanders. Is that also a plus 120? I'd feel way more comfortable just taking that Charlie McAvoy point for plus 120, because even in a loss, if you do lose to the Islanders, they're giving up a good 2 or 3 goals regardless. But I'm not leaving yet. I'm not leaving this game, and I'm not leaving plus 120 defenseman on the table. We're talking about, I mean, somebody I keep bringing up. Didn't think we were going to see him at plus 120, again all season. I don't understand. There are other power play defensemen around the league. It's not easy to get to plus 120, but there are a few on the slate. I saw Dougie Hamilton. He's a plus 120. But Matthew Schaefer coming in at plus 120 again. Why I love this play is because, like, if you go watch that overtime versus the Flyers the other day, he's flying up there 3-on-3. He has so many opportunities for the point. He plays the most out of all the defensemen already. He plays power play 1 minutes. He plays pretty much all of overtime if it goes to that. So there are so many opportunities for Matthew Schaefer. Plus 120 point. Just do me a favor. Don't parlay the Schaefer with the McAvoy. I've never liked parlaying a point from a defenseman on each side. I'd rather be right about one of them and then the corresponding parlay affiliated with it. Like, we have the Zacha assist with the McAvoy point, and on the other side, give me the Barzal assist with the Matthew Schaefer point. I kind of just want to be, well, I'd love to be right about both of them, but if I'm right about one of them along with the line combo, that's a big old profit for that game. So that's what I got for you there. Not the only point prop. I guess you could argue that I teased this one yesterday, the E.Finnie. Top line, top power play for the Detroit Red Wings, but it got even better because last game he was on the top line with Dylan Larkin and they had Lucas Raymond on the second line with Alex DeBrincat. Now you're getting a fully stacked top line. You can take Raymond and Larkin, that's like one of those fastball ones, but that's coming in at the same price, actually an even worse price than just taking Finney on his own. So that plus 115 for E.Finnie is a great price and a great point prop. Along with the entire line, you can take this entire line for either plus 250, plus 300, depending on what sportsbook you have. And if you're wondering, Andy, are you really putting 10,000 on that? Because I'm getting excited. I think I'm going to do it too. Are you nuts? I literally put that there for the exact reason that you would know. All right, well, he's clearly joking. I guess I got to add more zeros now. So, yeah, $10 million on this full line combination. So that's a team who I think you should be able to score against, even if you're on the road and don't have last change. When I tell you that, that really applies with teams who can lock you down using that home ice advantage to their favor. I'm not too worried about the St. Louis Blues. I mean, they had a 4-1 lead against Detroit and lost that game. So giving up goals is something that the St. Louis Blues at the moment are no stranger to. And it's pretty interesting because there are a couple of rematches on this slate. You just had Colorado play New Jersey in New Jersey. They lost that one in overtime. It's going back to Colorado. I always like taking the other team to win in those scenarios. You know, I've mentioned that before. So I kind of like Colorado against the New Jersey Devils. And then there were another one or two like that. Like, oh yeah, Carolina's going to be playing Vegas. Vegas looks a lot different outside of Vegas, not scoring as much yet. There's no Mark Stone, but still, you see how they played against the Florida Panthers, against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Not really scoring as much, couple of losses in a row. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost this one as well against the Carolina Hurricanes. I would try to find some unders in there, but there are too many damn games on this slate. I feel like I'm in one of those auctions. We got 2,500. We have 300. We got 3,000. We got 3,500. We got a couple line combos here. We have a couple line combos there. We got a late one to save the night. If you lost all your money, but you need some combos there. We got the Sharks hosting the Kings. You can take some Celebrini combos. That's what is going on in my head. I wouldn't blame you. I swear to you. Just take this whole night off, really, because there was a 2-game slate last night. The little spreadsheet, it ended up plus 15 units on a 2-game slate. Last 5 days, up 30. Give me the smaller slates. This huge slate, I mean, I have full year's worth of tax returns trying to do spreadsheets out there because of how many combos, how many values. I just mentioned that Carolina Hurricanes game. Nikolai Ehlers starting to wake up, points in 2 of the last 3. When you see 3 line mates, and you see one guy minus 225, one guy minus 220, and the third guy's minus 125. I mean, it makes it so easy to just take Nikolai Ehlers, Sebastian Aho for a point. That one came through last game. I'm not going to add the third player because it doesn't add any value, really. You know, you have the same type of thing in Montreal. You can take Nick Suzuki for a point and Uri Slafkovsky for a point. You're right in the plus money, but you don't need to do that over there. You don't need to do that over there in Montreal because we have another great point prop value over there. We have Ivan Demidov. We've been waiting. You knew it was going to happen like last year, waiting for Lane Hudson to find his way to that top power play. Well, you had Zach Bolduc on the top power play. They replaced him with Demidov. He was rewarded early, came through with a couple power play points. So I'm going to go with Ivan Demidov, plus 110 for a point while he's on that top power play against the Seattle Kraken. I think that's a great point prop value, and this is the kind of one you can kind of get a little jiggy with. You can take him for 2 points, and you can take that Lane Hudson assist. That will put you at a plus 800. No different than these other ones I've been telling you about. Whether it was the Stützle 2 points with the assist for Jake Sanderson, or the Pasternak over 1.5 points with the assist for McAvoy, the 2 points with the correlated power play defenseman, that will pull a plus 800 in that Montreal Canadiens Seattle Kraken game. But what about the other side? They're at home. The Canadiens, they're winning games, but they're conceding goals. They give up 6 goals to the Edmonton Oilers. They can obviously still concede because the defense, look, they're a roller hockey team. They are this year's new roller hockey team. Go ahead, take their player point props on their side, and then take some guys against them. I'm going to go with the third line. I mean, look, you know my theory on the Cockroach Kraken. There's no first line, there's no second line, there's no third line. It's all the same line, it's all the same guy. I'm going to go with Shane Wright and Jaden Schwartz because both of those point props together, they're correlated on the same power play, playing on the same line together. You put those two together, you're almost at plus 300 with that line combo right there. Is that enough? Is that enough? Do we need even more? Well, I did see somebody's request recently where they said, man, Andy, I missed the both teams to score 2+. This is going back like 3 seasons where I used to take 2 games, both teams to score 2+, and that gives you a plus money bet. So how about this? I always let you in the comments kind of help out. Give me 2 games. Just say both teams to score 2+, and show me your 2 games. My 2 games that I'm going to use both teams to score 2+. One is going to be the Buffalo Sabres and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Tell me that doesn't reek of a higher scoring game, or even if it doesn't become a high scoring game. All these Sabres games recently seems to be they're scoring 2, they're conceding more than 2, they're winning more games than they're losing, so they're doing a fairly good job out there. And then I was going to go with Seattle and Montreal, but you never know. That Cockroach Kraken, any game they can come out with a 1-goal performance. I'm going to the Devils and Avalanche. And I don't know if this one's going to be very high scoring. I think it might be a 3-2 final again, maybe in overtime, and the Avalanche win it this time. But I think both teams will score 2+. So I'm going to go with both of those 2 games to bring that to like a plus 111 or whatever it is. That is what I have for you for this. I'm not saying the name because it's the corniest garbage I've ever. It's the worst name ever. I mean, it's as bad as Vegas naming their team the Golden Knights. With all the stuff you can possibly name something, all the little innuendos that you can use with Vegas, the Vegas Snake Eyes, the Vegas Aces, and this was before the basketball team came out so they could use Aces, the Vegas anythings. You could use so many great terms affiliated with Las Vegas, and you went with the Golden Knights, some medieval times character. Not a fan. What was I? Oh yeah, the I'm not saying it. The F word, the true F word, the double F. That's the most unclever name. That isn't it. This is not going to be like Red Zone. There's going to be 7 million things going on. I don't know if I'm going to be winning or losing because there's just too many bets on the table. But that is what I have for you here on a Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoy this 85 game slate. And I will be back with you tomorrow or is it 1 tomorrow? If there's 1 game, I'm not making a video tomorrow. If there's 1 game, I'm sorry. You want picks for the 1 game, you can come join the Patreon. If you want 8 million combos, CVS receipts wise, then you can join the Patreon for this massive 16 game slate. Hopefully I see you over there. If not, no worries. Just do the things that, hey, we got good sports betting karma yesterday. Let's keep it going by liking, commenting, subscribing, clicking the notifications, and most importantly, the thing that I truly think it helps these videos the most, blasting that hype button. I think hyping it gets it out to more people. I think that's why more people were shown my videos so far this year. And I know some of you keep saying, how does this guy only have 20,000? Well, You want to help me have more subscribers? You want more hockey fans to see this? You hit the hype button. I don't know. Take it upon yourself. Help me hire a Google SEO keyword person, because I feel like if I do that, it's just pissing money out the window. I feel like somebody shows up and they just add random keywords. They go to my YouTube, go, NHL, enter, hockey video, enter. Yeah, I did all the SEO stuff. So you can do your part by hyping the video. Hopefully it works. But I'll be back with you. If there's one game tomorrow, let me... no, I have to film a Dave and a Dan anyway. So if there's one game, not doing it Wednesday. Got to film Dave and a Dan. I will see you on Thursday for 45 games. I will see you then. Looking forward to it. Good luck on your... Your parlays are erroring out. You've tried adding more legs, but your sportsbook probably said, no, it's 25 leg max here. You've tried adding more than 25. Don't lie. You've done it. I will see you on Thursday.